What's your English level? Take this test. Ano na ang level ng English mo? Beginner ka pa rin ba? O baka naman intermediate level ka na? O baka masyado ka lang mahusay, kaya naman nasa advanced level ka na pala? Alamin natin. Sa video na ito ay malalaman mo kung ano na ang English level mo. Hello! I am Teacher Aubrey at sa araw na ito ay sasamahan ko kayong sagutin ang English level test na ito na makakatulong para mas maunawaan ninyo kung ano na ba ang level ng English ninyo. Bibigyan ko kayo ng 30 questions na nahahati sa tatlong magkakaibang level. 10 tanong para sa beginner level, 10 tanong para naman sa intermediate level, at ang huling 10 tanong ay para sa advanced level. Ipapakita ko ang tanong at mayroon kayong 5 segundo para pag-isipan ang inyong sagot. Kung kulang pa sa inyo ang oras, pwede pa ninyong ihinto ang video para mas mapag-isipan ang inyong sagot at saka ninyo ipagpatuloy. Mahalagang paalala, natandaan ninyo ang bilang ng tamang sagot ninyo. Maaari kayong kumuha ng papel at ballpen para isulat yung mga sagot at bilang ng score ninyo. Gayun din ay ipapaliwanag ko ang grammar at vocabulary sa bawat tanong para mas maunawaan ninyo kung bakit tama o mali ang naging sagot ninyo. Ano pang hinihintay ninyo? Simulan na natin. Beginner level, questions 1 to 10. Ang unang 5 tanong ay para sa beginner level or A1 level. Number 1. Peter is player in the team. A, the stronger. B, the strongest. C, the most strong. The correct answer is letter B, the strongest. Peter is the strongest player in the team. We use the superlative form of an adjective or adverb to compare 3 or more things. Ginagamit natin ang superlative form o tinatawag nating pasukdol in Filipino kapag ang isang adjective or adverb ay ikukumpara natin sa 3 o higit pang mga bagay. We add est at the end of one-syllable adjectives to make their superlative form. At nagdadagdag tayo ng suffix na est sa hulihan ng isang one-syllable adjective para magawa siyang nasa pasukdol na uri. Number 2. Do you have umbrella? A, an. B, the. C, no article needed. The correct answer is letter A, an. Do you have an umbrella? We use a or an when we mention something for the first time, or it is an article. Ginagamit din natin ang a and an para sa mga bagay na iisa lamang ang bilang. We use a kapag ang kasunod ay mayroong consonant sound, lahat ng letters maliban sa a, e, i, o, u, and an kung ang kasunod na sound ng salita ay nag-uumpisa sa vowel sounds or a, e, i, o, u. We cannot use singular countable nouns alone without a, the, or my. Number 3. Look at men over there. Do you recognize them? A, that. B, those. C, these. The correct answer is letter B, those. Look at those men over there. Do you recognize them? Over there means not near or not here. And we use that or those for things that are not near. Kapag sinabi nating over there, ibig sabihin yan ay hindi malapit o hindi naririto, not here, kundi naroroon, doon. Okay? At ginagamit naman natin ang that or those or doon para sa mga bagay na malayo sa atin. That and those para sa bagay na malayo, this and these para sa malalapit. The word men is plural and we use those with plural nouns. Ang ginamit natin sa pangungusap ay men o mga lalaki, which is marami, kaya ang ginamit natin ay those. Number 4, my sister, a lot. A, doesn't travel. B, don't travels. C, doesn't travels. The correct answer is letter A, doesn't travel. My sister doesn't travel a lot. We make negative sentences with do not, or the contraction of it is don't. Gagamitin po natin ang verb na do para po sa mga subjects na I, you, we, they, o anumang plural subject. Kaya we should say, I do not, or I don't, you don't, we don't, they don't. Or gagamitin naman natin ang does kapag ang subject natin ay he, she, and it, o anumang singular subject. So we say, he doesn't, or he does not, she doesn't, or she does not, it doesn't, or it does not, plus a verb, alright? And when we use does or doesn't, the verb doesn't change. For example, she doesn't work. It's wrong to say she doesn't works, okay? We don't say she doesn't works, alright? Number 5. On weekends, A, are you? B, are you working? C, do you work? The correct answer is letter C, do you work? Do you work on weekends? We use the present simple for habits or actions that we repeat regularly. Ginagamit natin ang present simple kapag tutukoy tayo sa mga bagay na palaging ginagawa or mga habit, regular na ginagawa. Are you work is not a verb tense. Kapag nakakita tayo ng are you work, hindi siya verb tense at mali po iyon, okay? So, sa sentence natin na do you work on weekends, we use present simple because we say weekends and that only means na tuwing sasapit ang weekends o tuwing sasapit ang Sabado at Linggo. So, that's a habit. That's a repeated action. Present simple. Do you work? Kapag sinabi naman natin, are you working? That's present continuous. But in this sentence, since it's a habit, that's why we use present simple. So we say, do you work on weekends? Ngayon naman ay magtungo na tayo sa pangalawang 5 tanong para sa beginner level or A2 level. Number 6. They threw a rock, the window, and broke the glass. A, through. B, across. C, into. The correct answer is letter A, through. They threw a rock through the window and broke the glass. We use through to talk about movement from one side to the other side of something and in and out of something. Ginagamit po natin ang salitang through kapag ang pag-uusapan natin ay isang kilos or movement mula sa isang lugar patungo sa kabila pang lugar, from one side to the other side of something. O kapag gusto rin nating tumukoy na yung bagay na yun ay lumabas mula dun sa loob. In this case, the stone went from one side to the other side of the window. So dun sa pangungusap natin, yung bato mula sa loob, lumabas siya sa bintana and in and out of the glass. So that's it. Number 7. I football for 20 years, but I had to stop because of my bad knee. Letter A, have played. B, played. C, was played. The correct answer is letter B, played. I played football for 20 years, but I had to stop because of my bad knee. I played football in the past, but I don't play anymore. We use the past simple with how long, for, since to talk about actions or situations that started and finished in the past. Sa pangungusap natin na ito ay sinasabi na ginawa niya yun sa nakaraan, yung paglalaro ng football, pero hindi niya na ginagawa ngayon. Or simply, it's a past simple action. Ibig sabihin, tapos na sa nakaraan. Ginagamit din natin ang past simple sa mga salita gaya ng how long, kapag tumutukoy, gaano kahaba ginawa yung kilos. Also for the word for or since kapag gusto nating pag-usapan gaano katagal ginawa yung kilos. Okay? And we use the present perfect with how long. This time naman, present perfect, ginagamit siya for how long, for, and since. When we are going to talk about actions or situations that started in the past and still continue now, pwede pa rin natin gamitin yung words na how long, for, and since kapag may mga kilos na nagsimula sa nakaraan at nagpapatuloy sa kasalukuyan for present perfect tense. Pero kapag tapos na yung kilos, that's past simple. Number 8. Sugar do you take in your coffee? A. How long? B. How much? C. How many? The correct answer is letter B. How much? How much sugar do you take in your coffee? We use how much to ask about quantity with uncountable nouns. Ginagamit po natin ang expression or question words na how much kapag magtatanong tayo kung gaano karami yung isang uncountable nouns o yung pangalan o yung mga bagay na hindi natin kayang mabilang katulad na lamang ng coffee, sugar, at iba pang kahalintulad nito. Number 9. He was upset because her computer. A. Broke. B. Was broken. C. Had broken. The correct answer is letter C. Had broken. He was upset because her son had broken her computer. Nagalit siya dahil ang anak niyang lalaki ay nasira ang kanyang computer. We use the past perfect when we are talking about the past. And then, we want to talk about something that happened earlier in the past. Sa pangungusap na ito, had broken her computer, gumamit po tayo ng past perfect tense. At ginagamit natin ang past perfect tense kapag may pinag-uusapan tayong bagay na nangyari sa nakaraan at gusto nating pag-usapan yung isa pang bagay na naunang nangyari bago yung isa pang bagay na natapos sa nakaraan. We make the past perfect with this formula. Una, kailangan natin ng word na had for positive, had not kung negative naman, plus the verb in its past participle. Kung ang verb ay regular verb, magdadagdag lang tayo ng ed to make it past participle. Pero kung ito ay irregular verb, gagamitin natin yung third column na tinatawag natin for irregular verb. So the example we have is had plus broken, had broken. Last, number 10 for beginner level, a car if I lived nearby. A. Didn't need. B. Wouldn't need. C. Won't need. The correct answer is letter B. Wouldn't need. I wouldn't need a car if I lived nearby. This is a second conditional sentence. Kabilang po ito sa tinatawag nating second conditional sentence. Ano po ba yung second conditional sentence? The second conditional sentence is a structure used to talk about present or future impossible or imaginary situations. Ginagamit po natin yung second conditional structure para tumukoy sa mga bagay na pwedeng mangyari ngayon o sa hinaharap which are impossible or hindi magkakatotoo o nasa imahinasyon lamang ng mga pangyayari. We use past in the if clause. Doon sa if clause, past tense ang gagamitin natin. At doon naman sa main clause natin, we need to have the word would or wouldn't plus the verb in base form. So, there you have it. Ilan ang nakuha mong tamang sagot? Kung ikaw ay nakakuha ng 8 puntos pataas, hindi ka nakabilang sa beginner level. Maaari mo nang ipagpatuloy ang pagsagot sa English level test na ito para malaman mo kung saang level ka kabilang. Kung ang nakuha mo naman ay mababa na sa 8 puntos, ibig sabihin ay kabilang ka pa sa beginner level. Pero huwag kang mawala ng pag-asa. Yes, huwag kang mag-alala. Maaari ka pang magsanay para mas mapaghusay mo pa ang English mo. Ngayon naman ay magtungo na tayo sa intermediate level from B1 to B2. Number 1. I, her, since the day I met her. A, have loved. B, am loving. C, love. The correct answer is letter A, have loved. I have loved her since the day I met her. We can use the present perfect with, for, since, and how long to ask or talk about situations that started in the past and have not finished. Sa pangungusap natin yun, gumamit tayo ng present perfect tense at gumamit din tayo ng mga salitang for, since, and how long. So, alin man sa mga salitang yun ang gagamitin, pwede silang gamitin para tumukoy kung gaano kahabang panahon, gaano katagal. At yung kilos na tinutukoy mo ay nagsimula sa nakaraan at nagpapatuloy pa rin ngayon. Ibig sabihin, have loved, minahal niya dati at hanggang ngayon, mahal niya pa rin. Okay, number 2. We had only 1 hour, but we the report on time. A, could finish. B, were able to finish. C, were finished. The correct answer is letter B, were able to finish. We had only 1 hour, but we were able to finish the report on time. We can use could and be able to talk about general ability in the past. Example is, when I was a boy, I could sing well. Yes, pwede po nating gamitin ang could at ang be able to kapag pag-uusapan po natin ay general ability o kakayahan sa nakaraang panahon. Ibig sabihin, dati kaya mong gawin, pero ngayon hindi na. Sabi nga dyan, di ba, when I was a boy, I could sing well. Nung ako ay batang maliit pa lamang, kaya kong kumanta ng mahusay. Pero ngayon, hindi na, nung lumaki siya. But if we want to say that someone did something in a specific situation, we must use was or were able to or managed to plus the infinitive. Pero kapag gusto mong sabihin na ang isang tao ay may nagawang bagay, sabihin natin tapos na, pero nagbigay tayo ng isang tiyak na sitwasyon, ang gagamitin na po natin ay was o kaya naman ay were and able to o kaya naman ay managed to plus infinitive. Kaya sinabi natin, we had only 1 hour, but we were able to finish the report on time dahil meron tayong specific scenario. Kaya we were able to, ang ginamit natin. Ang specific time ay, we had only 1 hour. Number 3. Her message, please. A, do you give? B, are you going to give? C, will you give? The correct answer is letter C. Will you give? Will you give her my message, please? We use will for offers and requests. Yes, ginagamit natin ang modal verb na will kapag tayo ay mag-aalok o makikiusap. When we ask someone to do something, kapag itatanong natin sa isang tao kung pwede bang gawin niya yung isang bagay para sa atin. Okay? Kaya naman sinabi natin, will you give her my message? Dahil ikaw ay nakikiusap, nakikisuyo, or nagre-request. Number 4. You, if you had asked. A, would have helped. B, would help. C, had helped. The correct answer is letter A, would have helped. I would have helped you if you had asked. Natulungan sana kita kung nagtanong ka lang. It's a third conditional statement. Yes, kabilang po ito sa tinatawag nating third conditional statement. And when we say third conditional statement, it is used to express a past action that did not happen and its imaginary result in the past. So, ginagamit ito kapag gustong ipahayag ang isang natapos na kilos na hindi nangyari sa nakaraan, pati na rin yung resulta sana sa nakaraan na hindi naman din nagkatotoo. The structure being used is, ito po yung formula na sinusunod, would plus the word have plus the past participle para sa main clause. So we say, would have helped plus past perfect para naman sa if clause. So, I would have helped you if you had asked. So, ang past perfect dyan ay had asked. We don't use a comma when the main clause comes first and the if clause comes second. Hindi natin nilalagyan ng comma o kuwit kapag ang main clause o yung pangunahing pangungusap ay nauuna kesa doon sa tinatawag nating if clause. Number 5, she hasn't called yet. A, hasn't she? B, does she? Or C, has she? The correct answer is letter C, has she. She hasn't called yet. Has she? In a question tag, we must use the same auxiliary verb as in the main clause. In this case, we have the verb have. Yung singular niya na has. Yung hinahanap natin ay ang tamang question tag. At ang tamang sagot ay has she. Kapag gagawa o maglalagay tayo ng question tag, kailangan ang gagamitin nating auxiliary verb ay kapareho doon sa nasa main clause na auxiliary verb. Sa pangungusap natin, we have she hasn't called yet. We have hasn't. So we have there has. Kaya has pa rin ang gagamitin natin. At kung ang nasa main clause ay positive or negative, yung ilalagay natin sa tag question ay kabaliktaran nun, okay? If the auxiliary verb is positive in the main clause, it should be negative in the question tag and vice versa. So we say, she hasn't called yet. Has she? It's wrong to say, she hasn't called yet. Hasn't she? Sa nauna ay hasn't na, kaya naman sa tag question, has na lang ang gagamitin. Okay? Ngayon naman ay magtungo na tayo sa pangalawang 5 tanong para sa intermediate level or B2 level. Number 6, we were all very sad because George to Korea the following day. A, was living. B, is living. C, will leave. The correct answer is letter A, was living. We were all very sad because George was leaving to Korea the following day. Lahat kami ay nalungkot ng sobra dahil si George ay aalis na patungong Korea sa susunod na araw. We use the present continuous to talk about future events that are already planned and decided, or when we talk about arrangements. Ginagamit natin ang present continuous kapag ang pinag-uusapan natin ay mga bagay o pangyayari sa hinaharap na napagplanuhan na o napagdesisyonan na o na-arrange na. At ang formula dyan ay is or are plus verb in ing form. Example, is going, is living. Pero, we use the past continuous when we are referring to future arrangements from the past. Pero ang ginagamit naman natin ay past continuous na kapag tumutukoy tayo sa mga mangyayari sa hinaharap na napagplanuhan o napagdesisyonan ng ayusin sa nakaraan. Kaya dito sa pangungusap, sinabi natin na we were all very sad because George was living. Ginamit natin ay past continuous was living dahil ang kilos na ito ay napagdesisyonan na sa nakaraang panahon na magaganap pa lang sa hinaharap. Number 7, I told her I admire everything she's been doing. A, that. B, what. C, whom. The correct answer is letter A, that. I told her I admire everything that she's been doing. Sinabi ko sa kanya na hinahangaan ko ang lahat ng bagay na ginagawa niya. Tandaan natin, after a noun or a pronoun, we cannot use the relative what because what does not refer to a previous noun. Hindi natin pwedeng gamitin pagkatapos ng isang pangalan o panghalip or ng noun or pronoun ang relative conjunction na what. When we refer to a previous noun, we use the relatives who, which, or that. Kapag gusto nating tumukoy doon sa naunang noun, pangalan, or pronoun, or panghalip, ang gagamitin nating relative conjunctions ay who, para sa isang tao, which or that para sa bagay. Okay? That is especially common after quantifiers like all, everything, something, anything, nothing, none, little, few, at iba pang kahalintulad nito. Ginagamit natin ang relative conjunction na that karaniwan sa mga common quantifiers na nabanggit natin. Halimbawa, all that was left of the house was a pile of rocks. Sinabi nating all that Dahil ang that ay tumutukoy doon sa naunang quantifier na all. All that was left of the house was a pile of rocks. Hindi natin sinabing all what was left. We say all that was left. Number 8. Our country is of becoming the first nation to put a tax on carbon. A. On the verge. B. About. C. Bound. The correct answer is letter A. On the verge. Our country is on the verge of becoming the first nation to put a tax on carbon. Yes, on the verge. We are talking about alternative future form. Doon sa mga pinagpilian natin, sila yung mga ginagamit na pamalit sa pagpapahayag sa mga bagay na mangyayari pa lang sa hinaharap, or alternative future forms. We can use be on the brink of, be on the verge of, or be on the point of, to say that something will happen in very soon. So, yun yung mga bagay na pwede natin gamitin kapag gusto natin ipahayag ng isang bagay ay mangyayari na sa pinakamalapit na hinaharap. Kaya sa pangusap natin, sinabi natin na our country is on the verge of becoming the first nation to put a tax on carbon. Ang bansa natin ay nandun na, nasa sukdulan na, malapit na mapabilang sa pinakaunang bansa na maaaring maglagay ng taripa or tax sa mga carbon. Number 9. Lisa likes opera, which is lucky for me because 2. A. I do. B. I like. C. Do I. The correct answer is letter A. I do. Lisa likes opera, which is lucky for me because I do too. Mahilig si Lisa sa mga opera at swerte naman ako dahil ganun din ang gusto ko. We use auxiliary verbs to avoid repeating the same verb or verb phrase in a sentence. Yes, gumagamit po tayo ng mga tinatawag nating auxiliary verbs para hindi na natin ulitin pa yung naunang verb na sinabi natin sa unang clause o unang pangungusap kapag yun din naman yung gusto mong tukuying kilos sa pangalawang bahagi ng sinasabi mo o sa pangalawang pangungusap. Kapag sinabi nating I do too, batay sa pangungusap, kasing kahulugan din niya ng I like opera too. Para hindi mo na sabihin Lisa likes opera, which is lucky for me because I like opera too. Ang sinabi mo na ay because I do too. Ginamit mo yung auxiliary verb para banggitin yung kaparehong bagay dun sa naunang pangungusap. If the first sentence or clause contains an auxiliary verb, we use the same verb in the second part. If not, we use do or did in the second part. Kapag wala pong auxiliary verb na ginamit sa unang pangungusap, ang gagamitin mo ay do for present at did naman for past. Number 10. Some actions that are habits for may look weird to people from other nationalities. A. The Japanese. B. The Japanese people. C. The Japaneses. The correct answer is letter A. The Japanese. Some actions that are habits for the Japanese may look weird to people from other nationalities. Pwede natin sabihin, yung ibang mga kilos na talagang nakasanayan na para sa mga Hapones o para sa mga Hapon ay maaaring maging kakaiba o weirdo para sa mga ibang lahi o nasyonalidad. We can use the plus nationality adjective ending in CH, SH, ESE, or SS to refer to all people of that nationality. So, pwede nating gamitin yung formula na the plus yung nationality na ginawang adjective. In this case, Japanese. Kapag po yung nationality ay nagtatapos sa sabihin natin CH, SH, ESE, or SS, sa case na to ay ESE, Japanese, yun yung gagamitin natin. The plus adjective of nationality, the Japanese. Okay? We could say the Japanese or Japanese people. Alin lang sa dalawa, pwedeng sabihin the Japanese o kaya naman Japanese people. Pero hindi na natin pwedeng sabihin the Japanese people. Alin lang sa dalawa na nauna kong binanggit. Congratulations! Natapos mo na ang intermediate level test. Ilan ang nakuha mong tamang sagot? Kung ikaw ay nakakuha ng 8 points o 8 puntos pataas, hindi ka nakabilang sa intermediate level. Maaari mo nang ipagpatuloy ang pagsagot sa English level test na ito. Kung ang nakuha mo naman ay mababa na sa 8 puntos, ibig sabihin ay kabilang ka pa sa intermediate level. But don't worry, maaari ka pang magsanay para mas mapaghusay mo pa ang English mo at mag-level up sa ating advanced level. Wow! Finally, naabot mo itong advanced level. Be ready dahil mas challenging ang mga tanong sa bahaging ito. Simulan na natin. Number 1, keeping money safe while using digital payments should be a priority for everyone. A, his, B, their, C, one's. The correct answer is letter C, one's. Keeping one's money safe while using digital payments should be a priority for everyone. Yes, napapanahon yan ngayon. Lalo na uuso yung ating digital payment, pagbabayad gamit ang GCash, gamit ang online banking. Kailangan ang pagpapanatili ng salapi na ligtas habang ginagamit ang makabagong pagbabayad, gaya ng mga cellphone, gaya ng computer, ay dapat pa ring manatiling pangunahing prioridad para sa lahat. We can use one's, your, or our as possessive forms referring to people in general, including the speaker or the hearer. Pwede nating gamitin ang one's, one apostrophe s, o kaya naman your, o kaya naman our, bilang possessive form o kapag ipapahayag mo yung pag-aari. Pwede itong tumukoy sa mga tao, pangkalahatan, kabilang yung nagsasalita o yung nakikinig. Kaya sinabi natin, keeping one's money, or pwedeng sabihin, keeping our money, o keeping your money. Okay? Keeping one's money safe while using digital payments should be a priority for everyone. Number 2, you wouldn't be in prison now if you out of trouble. A, had stayed, B, stayed, C, would stay. The correct answer is letter A, had stayed. You wouldn't be in prison now if you had stayed out of trouble. Hindi ka nakulong ngayon kung lumayo ka lang sana sa gulo. This is a mixed conditional. Yes, kabilang ito sa tinatawag nating mixed conditional o pinaghalong conditionals. Mixed conditionals are a combination of 2 types of conditional patterns, usually second and third conditional. Ang mixed conditional, pinaghalo siyang dalawang uri ng conditional patterns. Karaniwan, pinaghalong second conditional and third conditional. We are talking about a hypothetical condition happening in the past, or third conditional with a present result, or second conditional. Pinag-uusapan natin sa naging pangungusap ay isang hypothetical condition or pwedeng mangyari na bagay sa nakaraan. That's a third conditional. At isa pang bagay na nangyayari sa kasalukuyan or present result o yung tinatawag nating second conditional. We use past perfect in the if clause or third conditional. Kaya sinabi natin na if you had stayed, that's past perfect. And would or could or might plus infinitive in the main clause para sa second conditional. Kaya sinabi natin, you wouldn't be in prison. You wouldn't be in prison now if you had stayed out of trouble. Hindi ka nakulong ngayon kung lumayo ka lang sana sa gulo. Number 3, very young children from screens. Young children learn best through real interaction. A, are supposed to learn. B, need not learn. C, aren't meant to learn. The correct answer is letter C, aren't meant to learn. Very young children aren't meant to learn from screens. Young children learn best through real interaction. Tama yan, ang mga masyado pang batang gulang na kabataan ay hindi nakadisenyo na matuto mula sa mga gadget. Ang mga kabataan ay pinakamatututo kung sila ay mayroong pakikihalubilo sa ibang tao. We can use be, pwedeng am, is, or are, plus supposed or meant, plus the word to, plus the verb in base form, to express obligation or permission, to say what we should or should not do. Susundan lang natin yung formula na be, pwedeng am, is, or are, depende sa subject, plus the word supposed, o kaya naman meant, plus the word to, plus the verb in base form, kapag ang ipapahayag mo ay isang obligasyon o pagbibigay ng permiso, at kapag gusto mo sabihin kung ano yung dapat at hindi dapat gawin. Kaya sa pangungusap natin, sinabi natin na very young children, which is plural, kaya ginamit natin are. And we would like to say the negative thing. We say aren't. Very young children aren't meant to, plus the base form, learn. Aren't meant to learn. Very young children are not supposed or meant to learn from screens. It's also the same with very young children should not learn from screens. Number 4, after the storm, the place looked, it had been the stage for weeks of brutal fighting. A, as, B, as though, C, like if. The correct answer is letter B, as though. After the storm, the place looked as though it had been the stage for weeks of brutal fighting. Pagkatapos ng bagyo, ang lugar ay nagmistulang. Ito ay naging entablado para sa ilang linggong brutal na pakikipaglaban. We can use a verb of senses, look, taste, smell, sound, feel, at iba pang kahalintulad nito, plus as if or as though, plus the clause, to talk about how something looks, sounds, or look like. Ginagamit po natin yung tinatawag nating verb of senses na mga nabanggit para ipakita kung ano yung naging itsura o ano yung tunog, ano yung naging kamukha ng bagay na nangyari. Ang formula lang, gagamit tayo ng verb of sense, kasunod ay ang salitang as if o kaya naman as though, gaya ng ginamit natin sa pangungusap, as though, looked as though. Kasunod na yung clause. Okay? That's why we say, after the storm, the place looked as though it had been the stage for weeks of brutal fighting. Number 5, I wish those words, but now it's too late. A, never said. B, have never said. C, had never said. The correct answer is letter C, had never said. I wish I had never said those words, but now it's too late. Hangad ko na hindi ko na sana nasabi yung mga salitang yun, pero huli na ang lahat. We can use wish plus past perfect to talk about things that happened in the past and that we regret or we would have wanted them to be different. Pwede natin gamitin yung salitang wish. Example, I wish. At dudugtungan natin ng past perfect. That's why we say, I wish I had never said. Okay? Had never said. Para ipahayag yung mga bagay na nangyari sa nakaraan na pinagsisihan natin at sana naging iba yung sitwasyon dahil nagsisi na tayo. That's why we said, I wish I had never said those words. Hindi ko na sana nasabi yung mga salitang yun, pero huli na ang lahat. Wow! Sa wakas, narito ka na sa huling 5 tanong ng advanced level under C2. Mas galingan mo pa. Number 6. Gifts to the judges. A. It's not allowed to offer. B. It's not permitted to offer. C. It's not permitted offering. The correct answer is letter B. It's not permitted to offer. It's not permitted to offer gifts to the judges. Hindi pinapayagan na magbigay ng mga regalo sa mga hurado. We can use it plus a be verb. It can be is, are, or am, plus not for negative or without not if it's positive. Permitted to plus the verb in base form to express permission or prohibition in formal or official situations to say what the rules or laws are. Ang ginagamit natin sa mga formal na sitwasyon o opisyal na mga sitwasyon, lalo may kinalaman sa batas o ipinatutupad na batas, ay ang formula na it, followed by the be verb, followed by permitted to, kung positive, or not permitted to, kung negative, at base form na verb. Kaya naman sinabi natin na it's not, it is ang ginamit dahil it ang ating subject. It is not permitted to plus the base form of verb, which is offer. It is not permitted to offer what? Gifts to the judges. We do not use it plus be able to or be allowed to. Hindi natin ginagamit yung be able to or be allowed to, lalo na sa mga official situation, lalo may kinalaman sa mga batas. Number 7, when your train arrives, I on the platform. A will wait, B will be waiting, C will have waited. The correct answer is letter B, will be waiting. When your train arrives, I will be waiting on the platform. Kapag dumating na ang tren na sinasakyan mo, maghihintay na ako doon. We use the future continuous for situations or actions that will be in progress at a certain time in the future. Ginagamit natin ang future continuous tense sa mga sitwasyon o mga kilos na kasalukuyang nagpapatuloy or in progress sa isang pagkakataon sa hinaharap. Kaya ginamit natin sa pangungusap ay future continuous, or we say, I will be waiting. That is, will be waiting. Yan po ay future continuous dahil gusto mong ipahayag na kasalukuyang naghihintay ka sa hinaharap na panahon. At yung hinaharap na panahon na yon, nakasalukuyang nangyayari yon, ay magaganap kapag dumating na ang tren na sinasakyan ng kausap mo. Number 8, I won't say a word about this. And A, neither will you. B, you will either. Or C, you won't neither. The correct answer is letter A, neither will you. I won't say a word about this, and so neither will you. Wala akong sasabihing isamang salita tungkol rito at ganun ka rin naman. We can use so and neither plus an auxiliary plus the subject to avoid repeating a clause when we are agreeing with someone. Kapag gusto nating sumang-ayon sa tinuran o sinabi, para hindi natin ulitin yung mismong sinabi, ito yung formula na pwede nating gamitin. We can use so and neither. So we said, so neither, kung negative. Dahil sinabi niya sa unang pangungusap na I won't say, that's a negative. So we say neither, dahil negative rin ito. So, neither plus auxiliary, gumamit tayo ng auxiliary na will. Dahil will din yung ginamit sa naunang pangungusap, plus the subject. At ang subject ay you, yung kausap mo. So, neither will you. We use neither to agree to a previous negative sentence. Neither ang ginagamit natin para sumang-ayon sa naunang negative sentence. Kaya sinabi natin, I won't say a word about this, and so neither will you. Number 9. What they did was to the police. A, go. B, going. C, gone. The correct answer is letter A, go. What they did was go to the police. Ang ginawa nila ay ang pumunta sa pulisya. This is an example of a cleft sentence. They are used to help us focus on a particular part of the sentence and to emphasize what we want to say by introducing it or building up to it with a kind of relative clause. Tinatawag natin ang pangungusap na ito na isang cleft sentence. Ito yung pangungusap na kung saan ginagamit siya para magbigay ng focus o para mas ituon natin yung pansin natin sa isang bahagi ng pangungusap para mas mabigyang diin yung isang bagay na sinasabi natin sa pamamagitan ng isang relative clause. Sinabi natin na what they did was go to the police. Ang ginawa nila ay ang pumunta sa pulisya. Ang gusto nating bigyan dyan ng diin ay ang naging pagpunta nila sa pulisya. Because there are two parts of the sentence, it is called cleft. Baka matanong ninyo, bakit cleft sentence po ang tawag dyan? Ngayon ko lang narinig yan. Dahil ginamit natin yung salitang cleft, nangangahulugan na may dalawang bahaging pangungusap. Nagmula yan sa salitang kilos na cleave na ang kahulugan ay nahahati sa dalawa. In a cleft sentence with the structure what or all, at yung ginamit natin dito ay may structure na what. Kasunod ay did, is, or was, plus the verb. We say, what they did was. Kasunod na yung verb, which is go. What they did was go. After the verb, we can use the infinitive form of a verb with or without to. Kaya pwede natin sabihin, what he did was to scream. Or what he did was scream. Para mas mabigyang emphasis. Last, number 10. Forced to do anything, he acted of his own free will. A. In no way was he. B. No way he was. Or C. In any way was he. The correct answer is letter A. In no way was he. So we will say, in no way was he forced to do anything. He acted of his own free will. Walang naging paraan na napuwersa siya na gumawa ng kahit ano. Ang ginawa niya ay batay lamang sa kung ano ang gusto niya. In formal English, we can place a negative or restrictive adverb at the beginning of a sentence to make the sentence more emphatic or dramatic. Yes, gumamit tayo rito ng tinatawag nating inversion. At sa formal English, pwede tayong maglagay ng negative o kaya naman ay restrictive adverb sa unahan ng pangungusap para mas maging dramatic, mas mabigyan natin ng diin yung ating ipinahahayag. Kaya sinabi natin na in no way was he. In no way was he forced. Talagang gusto mong bigyang diin, kaya sinabi natin na walang anumang naging bagay na pumilit sa kanya gumawa ng kahit ano. When we do this, the adverb is then followed by the auxiliary verb plus the subject. Kaya sinabi natin na in no way plus the auxiliary verb was, in no way was, plus the subject he. In no way was he. When there is no auxiliary verb, we use do or does para sa present. Do for plural, does for singular, or did for past as auxiliary. Wow! You made it to the last part of this English level test. Congratulations! Ilan na nakuha mong sagot? Kung ikaw ay nakakuha ng 8 puntos pataas, kabilang ka sa very advanced level. At kung ang nakuha mo ay mababa na sa 8 puntos, ikaw ay kabilang naman sa lower advanced. But still, congratulations, you did a great job! Hangad kong nag-enjoy at natuto kayo mula sa English level test na ito. I would highly appreciate if you will share in the comments your scores in each level on our comment section below. Huwag kalimutang mag-subscribe para maging bahagi ng ating YouTube online community of learners. I-click mo na rin ang notification bell para lagi kang updated every time I have a newly uploaded video. Till my next video! Bye! Para next time kapag ni-retake mo ang English level test na ito ay ma-perfect mo na, ito ang dapat mong gawin. Makinig ka. Panoorin mo ang dalawang video ko na ito tungkol sa subject-verb agreement. Happy learning!